Hello everyone, it's IK Mike X here with another Jagalia Lost video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Gala Jagalia, where we got some new stuff in the Gala Jagalia. This time it's Gala Beast Ciela, and oh wow, we got a lot to talk about, so, because these units are insane, I already looked ahead of them. So first up, Gala Beast Ciela is a water dragon. Frozen Anguish is a skill which does 2400 damage and inflicts frostbite. Then there's her Wings of Judgment and Desperate Agony too, for water, where the user's attuned to water increases strength by 100%. I was trying to guess what her abilities could be based off of like the positive and negative effects that they each have, but I wasn't completely right. So first up, her first ability. So regardless of the attunement, grants the user Dragon Slate while shapeshifted as BCL. This Dragon Strike deals damage to the target and nearby enemies and summons a crystal arrow. Up to 2 crystal arrows can exist simultaneously, but they will disappear automatically over time. BCL as standard attack will bounce off these arrows. In addition, hitting a crystal arrow with Frozen Anguish will cause it to deal damage to surrounding enemies and disappear. So they bought that kind of thing over from the previous one. But then there's Desperate Agony too. Now this is the one that was going to be, that has a debuff and a buff, which I kind of got the buff right, but the debuff wrong. So the one that, so if you remember, she had a unique debuff called Vulnerability, which I was going to say that's the one that I was predicting to be, which I called it the weakness. Allows you to make a specific ability, allows you to give weakness at set intervals to the enemy. I said weakness, but yeah, that's basically vulnerability. Okay, so first of all, increases damage to frostbite enemies by 15%. But the way that I had it for that one is that you, as well as you for the negative part when you, yeah. Yeah, the Dragon Skill be Mist Veil. I didn't get that right, unfortunately. So, in addition, standard attacks will apply the vulnerability debuff or shapeshifted as BCOA. And when the combo count is 15 or higher. Vulnerability can stack up to 10 times, and each stack reduces defense by 1% and frostbite resistance by 2%. So, yeah. So, that means you basically she can lower, yeah, for the remainder of the quest unless removed by the enemy. So, basically, you could get it up to 10%. Yeah. Yeah, 10%. 10% defense, a permanent 10% defense reduction, and a 20% permanent frostbite resistance reduction, which is actually kind of really good. That makes some of the bosses able to, you can actually do damage to them with that stuff. Also, regardless of their attunement, reduces the user's defense by 20% and shortens the window between hitting an enemy and the combo counter resetting by 1 second. So that's the one thing. So I mean that kind of is an issue, but so basically if I was to say one thing, if you want to keep our combo count well, basically, like, she's a good dragon, but this combo count thing, combo counter resetting by 1, shortens the window between hitting the enemy and the combo counter resetting by 1 second. That's really difficult to keep up. I mean, it's good, but it's also kind of it will be kind of difficult because you have to be constantly attacking, that means. So, if I had to say what you should do, in all honesty, probably give her, oh wow, what should they give her? I would probably say give her someone who has that stuff, which, if I remember correctly, I know there's a couple of adventurers who have combo co-ability filter, and the one I'm looking for is this one. And water. Yeah, Dragon Yukio or Gala-san should be, which that's fine because Dragon Yukio is actually really good as a backline. So, yeah, that's it. And the defense, I was thinking that they could have done, wish I put down about the defense, but yeah, my guess is so far I'm gonna probably change them because, well, this Ayaha no Taha thing, it turns out they were adventurer. They could still do a Beast Dragon thing, but I have no idea. I have no idea about the other stuff, but Kaya and I have it where second ability allows you to do double damage to enemies, but he also take 1.5 times more damage, and his skill is a bit AoE, and it gives him shield or so. That's what I was thinking. That might be the closest one, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to the New Year's stuff. Newly added limited time. Yeah, these are everything is limited, and I'll say this right now. This dragon is busted as well for wind. So, deals damage to the target and nearby enemies and grants the user Mantra of Compassion. So, yeah, Fudo Mio O. Yo, I think it is. Anyway, it does 417 times. It does. That damage total is 2502. Hang on, I need to put on some more light. Anyway, so it 2502, and then it gets Mantra of Compassion, charges 2, potency 100% of max HP. It does not stack, and inflict Storm Slash. Now you're probably wondering what this 100% of max HP in this Mantra of Compassion is. So first up, Strength plus 70%. Then there's Divine Mantras 2. If the user is attuned to win at the start of quest, grants the user Mantra of Compassion. Effect. Mantra of Compassion nullifies damage up to 100% of the user's maximum HP up to 2 times. And it will not stack. So, yeah. This is kind of busted. So basically you use up 1, and basically you get 2 free hits. 2 hits of no damage at the start. And then every time when you go to the dragon form, you get that too. So, okay. And then here's the big kicker. When all uses of this effect are consumed, the user will begin the Mantra of Wrath effect, and 50% of the Dragon Gates will be filled. After activating, this Dragon Gates fill effect will not activate again for 180 seconds. So once you get rid of 2 of them, as soon as you use both of them, it immediately fills up your Dragon Gates to use again. So you can literally have it back to back. But also, Mantra of Wrath, the Dragon Gates filling effect. Mantra of Wrath increases the attack rate by 10% and adds 30% to the modifier applied to damage against water-attuned enemies. Which, I'm going to say this right now, that's actually probably going to be immune to Curse of Nihility. Because that 30% modifier, the 30% modifier applied to damage against water-attuned enemies, that's elemental damage, which is basically elemental damage type thing, is immune to Curse of Nihility. So that means you get a permanent attack. It doesn't say there's a time, so I'm thinking that Mantra of Wrath is permanent. Or it might be only. It might be that it's only up when you don't have Mantras of Compassion. So it's so you either have Mantra of Compassion up, but once that's done, Mantra of Wrath is up. That might be it. And even though you would think to go right away, you might not want to because, well, of this, because you lose 180%, because there's also the activate again for 180 seconds. So in the fights, it might be useful to use if you're going up against I have no idea if it works against insta-kill attacks, though. That's the one thing. I'm still wondering about that. It might not, but yeah. So anyway, let's move on. So, yeah, this dragon looks to be kind of a powerhouse. Like, it's a good thing, but you gotta look at it. So, it's either you have basically insane defense or really high attack or really crazy attack. That's what it seems to be, which is going to be awesome, but I don't think it will replace Volk or Gala Beast Volk. Like, it's not going to be like a complete replacement against Gala Beast Volk. Like, like all the other, like Gala Beast Volk or Gala Reborn Zephyr or even Megastormer Zero. Well, okay, Megastormer Zero is strong. Like Megastormer Zero is not the strongest dragon to win, but it's probably one of the best utility just because of the screen wide nuke and the fact that it lowers elemental defense for the remainder of the quest. Elemental defense for the enemies for the remainder of the quest as long as it doesn't get rid of it. So there's that whole thing. And in regards to Zephyr, I mean, okay, it does kind of seem to be have a better effect of Zephyr's thing because it does seem to be the Mantra of Wrath does seem to be a little bit better than Zephyr's thing because it still applies the same, like it still had the same damage, like the same buffs in terms of the strength and the 30% modifier, so it would do that, but because of the increased attack rate, that you will do more with it with Freedom Mioro. With the only difference is that, but the reason why it won't overtake Zephyr is because one, Zephyr's got a double head and he does some good damage in his dragon form. But the other thing, if this is going the way I think it is, you only get that. The only time where Freedom Mioro will be doing more damage than Zephyr is as long as it doesn't have any Mantras of Compassion, from what I'm basing off of this. Once it gets that, once Mantras of Compassion are gone, then it'll start doing crazy damage. But yeah, and then you'll be able to transform again, but you also get that 50% thing, so yeah. Then, so moving on, let's talk about Shingen. So he is so Shingen is, yes, this is the leader of the Tiger Clan. And he is an wind axe defense unit. So Furin Kazan is his shared skill, which is a 7-cost shared skill, and that's a fair skill. Begin preparing a powerful attack after which the skill will deal damage to surrounding enemies. Applies a burst gambit called Tiger's Burst and inflicts Storm Lash. Continually tapping the screen while preparing this attack will result in doing an additional attack for each tap. Up to the total number of veteran medal stacks the user currently has. The user deals 3 additional attacks at once. In this way, all stacks of veterans medal will be consumed and the user will be granted the battle fervor effect. The user will be immune to knockback while preparing this skill's attack as well as when executing it. If the skill is used while the user has battle fervor, the screen can be tapped for up to 3 additional hits without having or consuming veteran's medal, but it will not grant battle fervor. When Tiger's Burst is activated, restore HP to all teammates. So it does 1600 damage, inflicts Storm Sash and gives Tiger's Burst, which Burst Gambit counters 30 and recovery potency, and it has a recovery potency of 140. It's actually better than most units. That's actually better than most healing units, that potency. Anyway, so the first additional attack does 800, second additional attack does 800, the third additional attack does 800. So this one could do upwards of... Oh, and the first additional attack, there was strength by 10%, that's for 30 seconds, doesn't stack. Second one inflicts Scorch Rend. Okay. And the third additional attack gives you knockback immunity in the battle fervor, which lasts for 30 seconds, and knockback immunity lasts for 10 seconds. Oh, and recovery potency 35. So, let's see. In total, 8, 16, 24. That's 4,000 damage. Anyway, here's Fearless Tiger. Grants the use of Defense Amp and the Veteran's Medal effect. If the skill is used while the user has a battle... Oh, its skill energy is 2040 and its shared skill is 15026. I'm guessing the full... I'm guessing... I'm wondering if I'm wondering if they're gonna have it where the shared skill version does all of this, because if it does, then that's kind of not a very crazy good attack. Powerful attack. Anyway, so Fearless Tiger grants the user defense amp at the veteran's battle effect. If the skill is used while the user has a battle fervor, it will grant the user defense amp and increase their max HP, and reduce damage taken. So, yeah, I guess an HP increases permanent. So Veterans Medal stacks up to 3 times. So this one is 7,500. So anyway, Defense Amp with the Team Amp maxed up with 3. And then during ability effect, when you have Battle Forever, it increases your HP by 10% and gives you 70% damage to the reduction that lasts for 3 seconds. And Defense Amp, of course. So yeah, Defense plus 50%, Team Defense Amp equals Progress plus 100%. So here's, now you're thinking that, like, wait, with the Shredder's Metal, it only gives you 1. So there must be something else to increase this. And this is where his ability, this is where Shingen's ability comes in. Special ability, Tiger's Tenacity 2. Grants the user 2 stacks of Veteran's Metal effect when they take damage. So there you go. Veteran's Metal can stack up to 3 times, and after it is granted, this ability not granted again for 20 seconds. Also grants the user unique Force Strike. While charging the Force Strike, damage taken will be reduced. Damage from some attacks cannot be reduced in this way. After charging, if the user takes damage while executing this Force Strike, the damage will be reduced, and the user will be granted 3 stacks of Veteran's Metal. 3 stacks of Veteran's Metal. So you can instantly max it out too. The user will be immune to knockback while charging this Force Strike, as well as when executing it. In addition, when the user has Battle Forever, the 3rd and 5th attacks in a standard attack combo will create cycles that pursue the target. He's also got Freeze Res and Tiger's Ferocity 2 when the user's Battle Forever increases the damage dealt by their attacks by 50%. And increases their strength by 20%. Damn. So yeah, he's really powerful. Even though he's a defensive, yeah, he hits hard. Anyway, Yukimura. Yukimura, who's the leader of the Monkey Clan. So it's a Shadowlands. And Bucky Overdrive is the first skill. Deals damage to surrounding enemies and activates skill shift if the attack connects. Phase 2 increases the skill's area of effect, while Phase 3 increases its area of effect even more and unleashes the user's fighting spirit. The user will be immune to knockback during this attack. If the skill is used after the user's fighting spirit has been unleashed, a variant called Monkey Tiger Wrath will be used instead. Monkey Tiger Wrath deals damage to enemies directly ahead and applies a burst gambit called Monkey's Burst. Tapping the screen a certain number of times during the attack will power up its final hit, which will deal increased damage. Apply Monkey's Burst again, and partially fill the skill gauge for Monkey Tiger Chaos. When Monkey's Burst is activated, it will deal damage to the affected target and nearby enemies. So, anyway, let's talk about this stuff. So, first up, phase 1, it does 1348 damage. Then it does phase 2, it does 1722. And, like I said, the range increases. The last one does 987 times 2, which is 1974. But here's where, and then when Fighting Spirit is unleashed, this attack does 37, Monkey Tiger's Wrath. This one does 375 times 4 plus 584. That's the max. So that's 2084. Now here's where the thing comes in. Monkey's Burst. Burst gambit counter. 15. Damage. 4,300 4,300 damage. 4,300 damage. That's insane. And it's also got skill prep. For Monkey Tiger Chaos, which is the variant for this one, the Sharebush 6-star skill, which has a shared cost of 13,770 SP cost, and a skill cost of 6. So Monkey Cross Drive deals damage to the target and nearby enemies, and partially fills the skill gauge for Monkey Overdrive. If the skill is used after the user's fighting spirit has been unleashed, a variant called Monkey Tiger Chaos will be used instead. Monkey Tiger Chaos deals damage to enemies directly ahead and inflicts Shadow Blade. Tapping the screen a certain number of times during the attack will power up its final hit, which will deal increased damage and inflict Scorch Rend. Once again, another weird thing to have on a Shadow unit, but yeah, the first hit does 1368, but when Fighting Spirit is unleashed, it does 36 to 15% mods when you get that max thing. Anyway, so it inflicts Scorch Rend and of course Shadow Blade, so yeah. Anyway, she also, yeah, Yeah, Yukimura is she has HP and combo time 6. So Might of the Monkey, which I forgot. Did he have? No, he had Bug. He had Team Defense and because Bug is. So yeah, let's talk about Might of the Monkey too. That's our first ability. Activate the following effects once the user's fighting spirit is unleashed. The user's strength increases by 10%. 10%. 10%. The user's attack skill damage is increased by 40%. The user is granted immunity to knockback. The user's standard attack patterns and first and second skills are changed. The user is granted a unique dodge that deals damage to surrounding enemies. Also, by tapping the screen during this dodge, the user can interruptedly perform a unique dash attack toward the target. If a unique dash attack or first strike is followed immediately by a standard attack, the user's combo will weaken with the second attack in their standing combo. She also has Paralysis Rush plus 100% and Flurry Strength. So, what do I say about summoning? Go for it. This is insane. First, Gala BCOA is a really good unit. The negative effect about her users about the defense can be kind of disheartening, as well as the combo counter thing, but it's not too bad. But those could be easily amended, and it's just you need to be a little bit more careful with this fight. That means, and then Fudo Mio is insane. Possibly one of the best could be one of the best wind dragons in the game. One of the best wind dragons in the game when it comes out tomorrow. But it's not gonna. But won't replace the two best DPS dragons in the game as well, because, well, like I said, it's either you have 70, because if the way that this seems, you will either have insanely overwhelming offense that will just wreck people, that would just do crazy damage, even more so than Gala Reborn Zephyr does. I don't know about in her dragon form, but at least in I don't know about in her dragon form, but maybe outside of her dragon form. But outside of her dragon form, it provides a better buff than Zephyr. But yeah, or like I said, go for amazing healing, or have amazing, or you'll have like or you have this, which will be that's just like, oh hey, you have to basically do enough damage to do three. You basically have to do 300% of my health to kill me. It's either you have to basically deal 300% of the basically do enough damage to kill them to triple the max health, or have it insanely or have overwhelming offense better than Gary whatever. Sorry, I repeat myself. Then you have Shigen, who could do crazy damage with his skill, and could do crazy damage with not only his skill, but with other stuff based on thanks to Tiger's Ferocity too. And then of course and he's also a self-sustaining type who can literally give knockback, who can literally heal, lower strength, do knockback immunity, gives knockback immunity, and defense amp, increases HP and reduces damage. That is if you're in. That is if you're do. That is depending on if you're in another. That is depending on which one. Well, that is if you have battle fervor. So yeah, and then of course Yukimura, who could do crazy damage. Who could do crazy damage. Yeah. Yeah, and this is the use of fighting spirit. Could do crazy damage. It does like just does some small amount of damage, getting good area of effects to doing crazy kind of damage, and then of course, like I said, doing doing crazy damage and affecting Scorch Rend, combo time. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff in this. So Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please click the like button, leave a comment down below. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.